So we're back, and we're again speaking with Keith Gomez from Practice Makes Perfect. But before we continue with Keith, I just want to part of my show is talking about art, food, and wine, and so I have this wonderfully just rich bottle of Pinot Grigio on the table today, and it's even you said it was nice, and then and it's a Folonari, and I think it's Australian. It's an Australian blend, and it's beautiful when it's chilled, and so we're just complementing our conversation with a glass of wine, and that's a part of the show. So, Keith, you were talking before the break about how you actually move someone's product and the actual cost of that product. So tell us a little bit more about that as we move along.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you're an entrepreneur or just an individual at home, you're looking to make a few extra bucks, you can WhatsApp your product. Simply WhatsApp your product to us. We will create a post for it that we will publish on Practice Makes Perfect, on our website, on our apps. We will also then advertise it throughout social media for you. That is at absolutely no cost to you.
Wow.
Our goal is to get at least 10,000 views for your product. We handle all of the conversations from customers who've seen our ads and are interested in your product. So we handle those conversations, because believe me, there's going to be at least 10 people that are going to ask me, hey, does it come in another color? Do you have it in this size?
Exactly.
So they're going to be tons of questions. So I'm going to go through about 10 customers who are interested before one actually makes a purchase. So we take that we take that burden off of you, the seller, you, the entrepreneur. So our team engages with the public for your product. When we have a confirmed sale, we reach out to you to make arrangements to come and pick up your product. We then pick it up, deliver it to your customer. We receive either the cash payment or the online payment that they've sent through the PMP app or through the website. We then, that same day, we then transfer your payment directly to your bank account or your digital account, however you've decided to receive your funds.
And ladies and gentlemen, on the break, Keith, and I don't know if you would want to disclose the cost of this delivery. And I just think it's a steal. He said this is just free, really. What?
So, okay, not quite free.
I mean,
so
it is just so low.
Yes. So for the seller, there is no cost associated for the seller. The seller receives the full price that they've requested for the product. When a product is posted, and a customer is making that purchase, there is a $6 delivery fee. And
did you hear that? $6.
So regardless of whether the seller's in Lifer Key and the buyer is in Twynham Heights.
And for our viewers, that's the two ends of the island. So I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
So another point I wanted to make is that we also support Family Island customers. So quite often we will make deliveries on their behalf down to the respective mailboat. So typically the mailboat will start taking freight 2 days before sailing. So the day before, they'll only accept dry goods. The day of sailing is when they'll actually accept all goods, so freezers with food and whatnot. So we support all of the Family Islands. We've been down to the mailboats numerous times.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, during this, not particularly just COVID, but more so when we had the
hurricanes and so on
coming, we actually had quite a few requests for generators. We actually sent down quite a few generators. And even after the storm, after people experience the shutdown, BPL hasn't been too bad this year.
Not at all.
But a few areas, we kind of stayed off for
a long time.
Quite a while. So that really spurred the interest in the generators that are currently posted on site. We have 3,500 watt, we have 3,600 watt, we have 5,500 watts, and we even have whole house units 20,000 kilowatts with
Wow.
automatic transfer switch.
And you can transport that to a client.
We can get that to you anywhere within the Bahamas.
Wow.
Yes.
And for our viewing audience who may not be in the Bahamas, we're an archipelagic nation, so we're talking about at least 30 or so islands that are inhabited. And so you're indicating that you can get a product that I'm selling not only to islands. Can you for because your app is available obviously worldwide and anyone can download your app. So I'm selling a piece of art, for example.
Yes.
Can I post my art on your app? And if somebody in Switzerland wants it, are you able to get it to them? Is that something is that a service that you're presently doing or you're planning on getting into?
So we haven't had very many requests outside of the country, namely because the process of shipping of exporting gets a little complicated. However, we have sent products to Bahamians who are living abroad, and we've done it by using FedEx or DHL.
Okay.
And those shipping fees, obviously, we had to charge the customers for
Right.
after the fact.
But you could facilitate the movement of the goods from me, the seller, to whomever, wherever.
Absolutely, we can sell your artwork in Switzerland.
Excellent. I love that. So for my fellow artists out there, this is a service that certainly can be utilized for that. Anything else you want to share with us, Keith? I saw you brought a wonderful
Yes. So
bulb with you today. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
So this has been this is a solar LED bulb, and the way it works is that it charges during the day. You can charge it by putting it out in direct sunlight, or by placing it into a light fixture, and it will charge. That's actually the fastest way to charge it, by actually just plugging it into a light fixture. Once it's fully charged, this will last for about 6 hours. Once it starts, you'll get about 6 hours of runtime. Since the power outages recently, these have been flying off the shelves. These have been absolutely so. These are actually sold by a company. The company that posted with us is called D's Electronics, and so we've been picking up so many products from her lately. She's just given us a supply that we essentially just keep on stock because it just didn't make sense.
Is she a local? Is she a local purveyor?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So we brought one for you to try it out by all means.
So I can plug it into the electrical outlet, let it charge, and then I can run it through the night. Even if I don't lose electricity, I can put it in a place that I'd like to have lighting during the night.
Absolutely.
And it'll work for 6 hours, run for 6 hours.
Absolutely.
That's not bad.
Absolutely. And this particular one, it's a 12-watt bulb, so it's the equivalent of a 100-watt incandescent bulb. So it's an extremely bright bulb.
Wonderful.
So it's terrific for hanging. Comes with a hook that you can hang from the ceiling. It's been terrific for families who had to go through the recent outages.
And it's obviously indoor and outdoor.
Yes.
Okay, so wonderful. I'm going to make use of this. I probably won't use it in my studio because I already have lights. But certainly during those inconvenient times when we lose power, this is a very handy tool, and they can find this on your website.
This is one of over 400 products that we currently have posted on the website. Again, these are not our products. These are products that customers such as yourself or entrepreneurs such as yourself are looking to get out there. Because if you're a business owner, if you have a physical brick and mortar store, there's no one walking by your building right now.
Exactly, because everything's closed.
Exactly.
So your online platform is absolutely the best way to purchase.
Exactly. We manage the entire supply chain process of getting your product that's sitting in a building somewhere that no one's coming to. We get that out to customers, out to the Bahamian market, so that persons can see it, buy it, get it.
Now you also you move food. You
Yes.
move you move furniture. You move lights. You move everything. Well, except
Yes.
human beings.
Yes.
We're not into that. But
We do promote professional services.
professional
Yes.
services.
So
Yes.
we have a welding company, a construction company that's on there, a plumbing company. So there are numerous companies that are using our platform at no cost to them simply to promote their services, and we get that out to our audience.
Okay, so if I'm looking for a plumber,
Yes.
I can come onto your website and
You
you
can
have
go
a
to,
listing of plumbers that I can choose from.
yep, you can go to our website, you can just type plumbing,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone who has posted their services under plumbing will show up. Yes.
Do I need to have an account with you to access your service, or is it relatively easy for me to just download the app, type in plumbing, type in
So
electrician,
you
type in computer expert, whatever?
so you bring up a good point. A lot of persons don't want to spend a whole bunch of time having to figure out some new piece of software or learn this and that. And so we found that the best way to engage with the public is to make it as easy as possible and use mediums that people are already using.
Absolutely.
So we find that most persons are very comfortable with WhatsApp. So we simply allow persons, hey, just WhatsApp your information to us. We will set up your business account, your vendor account, and if you have photos of your product, send them to us. Let us know how much you want to sell your product for. We completely create your ad. We'll provide a description comparable to anything you would see on Amazon. So we don't just put it up there and say, a light.
Right.
No, we say, 12 watts.
But what if I
solar
only have,
LED bulb.
if I'm a one-time seller? I mean, do I really need an account if I'm a one-time seller? I have a car that I need to get rid of. I don't have anything else. I'm not a store. I'm not vending anything else. Do I really need an account? What's the purpose of me having a whole account for that? I mean, that's a question that could be asked.
Understood. So, for you, the seller, the only thing that you're doing is you're WhatsApping a photo and the price to us. That's
Right.
all. That's all you're doing on your end.
Okay.
On our end, we're creating the account so that we know, and mostly so that our accounts and our delivery team knows, okay, this product is associated with this person, and so we create that account on our end. When someone sees your product and purchases your product, we then contact you, come to you,
Pick it up.
product. Now with cars, more so, we're going to direct that person to you.
I
We're
see.
going to tell you, hey, here's a person. They're interested. Would you like us to put you in contact? And we make that meeting happen. Yeah. So with cars, we haven't gone and picked them up and no. Cars,
Okay.
people need to
See and touch and
it
go under the hood and all that
Yes.
kind of stuff. Good.
Yeah.
So let me ask this closing question. One of the closing questions. Security. Have you had any issues with security of your platform, of security in any form, delivering? I know things can sometimes get a little hairy when you go to deliver, because you say you deliver products and so on. Any security issues at all with PMP?
So the process in general of selling things online is filled with inherent risk. So one of the things that we do is we mitigate those for you as a business, as an entrepreneur. So we partner with persons who are certified by central bank. So that's Canoe being our payment providers. So when you're making an online payment, that's going through a process that has been
Vetted.
approved, yes, vetted, yes, vetted by the Bahamas Central Bank. So at no point is anyone actually giving us their financial information. So if you're using a credit card, you're going through a process that has been vetted by the central bank. So that the payment process is very secure. The information that you provide us that goes onto our site is very basic.
Okay.
You provide a name, email address, and a phone number. None of those are actually displayed to the end customers.
I see. Okay.
So, if you created an account, your personal name is not shown to the customers.
Ah, good.
You have a display name, which person simply tend to use like the name of their business.
Right.
It may not be a formal business, or some pseudo name.
Right.
Their typical Facebook handle or something like that. So the end customer never sees your information.
Okay.
Now, in cases like where some persons are selling vehicles, they tend to want to put, they want to put their name and their number because they actually want direct
Yes,
contact
yes.
with the customer. But in most cases, your information never leaves our server.
Right.
It never goes to the
Okay.
to the end user.
Good. So, Keith, you've been in business now 3 years. 17 is 20. Yeah.
Yeah, I consider it $35 a
Yeah. And, 2020 is a gap year because there's so much happening in 2020. But I believe your services more than anything during this time of the pandemic, after the hurricane, et cetera, is needed in the country. And I want to thank you for providing such a platform because I understood and I heard actually the Prime Minister say just yesterday or a couple of days ago in one of his presentations that we ought to be supporting local businesses and utilizing local businesses more and helping them to sustain themselves. And you're providing then an avenue for and a vehicle for entrepreneurs, artists like myself, local entrepreneurs to move products easily. How many customers would you say you've serviced since starting 3 years ago? Is it over 10,000 or is it over what would you say is the number? Certainly you have a number of viewers who access your website, so that's a very good thing as well. So I don't want anyone to feel that this is not an opportunity that they can utilize to get their products sold. Can you give us some numbers in that regard?
Absolutely. So, on our platform at the moment, there are currently around 400 plus products that are available to be viewed and purchased and delivered to you.
That's a lot of products.
And again, that grows daily. Every evening, I'm having discussions with someone in my team. We're adding products daily. New persons are coming on board. We have an email mailing list. So when your product gets posted with us, it goes out to all of our registered users. So that right now stands around 300 to 350 persons who instantly get our email listing of your product. In our social media platforms, we have a massive viewing there. We tend to get between our paid ads, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our Twitter page, and our YouTube page. We tend to get your product in an average of around 10,000 viewers that see your product anytime our product is posted with us.
Wonderful. I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that. And I'm going to encourage everyone to utilize yet another young Bahamian entrepreneur who is doing some fantastic things by way of assisting entrepreneurs to get their products to market. And I think we need more services, obviously, like yours, but I'm glad that you're one of the first to be able to do this and to have this type of online platform that can be used. And really want to thank you for providing that service. You started the show by saying that you and your boys started this PMP.
Yes.
Are they directors and are they being paid? I'm just asking for the boys. Are they still involved in the day-to-day operations of it? I know they're, what is it, 7 and 11?
Yes.
7 and 11.
Yes.
Are they still involved somehow in this? And do they still endorse it? Are they maximizing? Are they seeing what you're doing and wanting to perhaps duplicate some efforts like this?
Yeah. So prior to COVID, they typically went out with us on delivery runs. Since COVID, they pretty much haven't left the house. But I do engage them. I think it's important that they understand, okay, here's how the process works. Here's how you can find us. My kids have their own products under their own profiles hosted. I should have brought one for you.
Oh my goodness.
They have their own products that they are selling.
What kind of products are they selling?
Toys.
Toys,
mostly.
okay.
Yeah. But you can find, if you're on PMP, look up Xylo. Xylo, it's a great toy for kids. It's like a frisbee that travels about 600 feet, so about the length of 2 football fields. It's an amazing product, tons of fun.
And something you can do during this lockdown, if you have yard space, you can certainly throw that and have some fun within your own parameters.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Keith, it was wonderful speaking with you, sharing a glass of wine with you today. And again, the product is practice makes perfect. And you can access this on it's on all of the social media sites. I've seen it. You can download it if you have an Android, if you have an Apple phone, you can download the app and get engaged. If you have something to sell or if you're looking for a product, you want to be able to use this vehicle to get the product to market or to get something from market. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me today. Conversations with Sophia in my Via Gemella Art Studio. Thank you so much.